Good morning. We just wanted to go over a different presentation that looks at things a little bit differently than some of our more advanced presentations that primarily look at flow charting and detailing of how the company works in comparison to other companies. This is more of just your overview of what we do and who we are. So this is a slide that we use on all of our presentations that just give us the big picture of what our clients have been saving. And you can see over the last 10 years, over the last 5 years, and last year in 2021. And so that's primarily on our services that are the freight billing auditing. So that's billing against the, so your carrier billing is coming into us. We're getting it before you get it to stop the errors on the bills and the overcharges. And then we're either sending that over to you along with your data reports to your AP to pay the carrier, or we're paying the carrier for you. This is one of our segments of business. Here's kind of some of the services that we do. I already mentioned pre-audit. We also do post-audit, but we prefer a pre-audit format so we can stop charges. There's a lot of data capture that comes in. We're able to capture, quantify, and articulate data points into actionable solutions for you, into KPI reports in any form that you would like. We can fully customize any solution for you, integrating fully with your systems, signing whatever NDAs and getting whatever security clearance has been required. We've worked at the most elite level in those regards over our 30-year history. And you can just pause and look at some of these. So here's where a lot of our savings come in whenever you're looking at the bills that come across our desk. So rate errors, duplicate charges, unauthorized, other charges, your accessorial charges, your fuel surcharges, everything is going to be coming into that. Sometimes we get people saying that duplicate charges aren't, an issue. Well, that's fine and good unless you pay 5 million of them a year and then go try to get that money. And the money that you aren't able to recover, let's just say it's only $1 million. You're going to have to hire a post-audit company to go and recover that money for you. And that post-audit company is going to keep 50% of the funds. So you've lost 500 grand basically because you're not pre-audit. And we only bill based on the invoices that we get. So if you have 400,000 bills, it's going to be $400,000 or less roughly is our charge. So just right there, you've netted 100 grand plus all the savings that are up and above the averages in the industry. Just go ahead and look at some of those other things. These are kind of our pillars of who we are. We're in our other videos, all we do is talk about how we're not outsourced. So the quality in our business model is incredibly important to us. Go ahead and look at some of those other videos if you like, but everything's in-house, and we're client first. We don't have to have the most clients. We don't even have to do marketing, but we've chosen to do some of this because we want to have a healthy growth plan for the next 100 years. And part of that is sharing our story. And the way we've been able to do business and be a world leader and not have to have the most clients in the whole world is keeping the client first and keeping the ethics as the #1 priority for our business, while keeping everything in-house at the lowest possible prices, at the highest possible quality, at the best technology that's available in our industry. So here's an actual client study. You see there's 30,000 audit corrections made here, and you can see there's 670,000 invoices over this 2.5-year period, broken down into quarters, and there's 11.5% savings. So just break that down, look at it. Is your current carrier audit provider giving you this kind of data? Do you even know what you're saving? If it's in a 3PL or 4PL, do you know who's actually auditing, who's actually saving you the money? Or, going back into our ethics, the reason that we haven't gone into 3PL and 4PL, but we do audit for them as well as freight forwarders and brokers, is that we want full transparency, and this is as transparent as it gets. We've literally got your bill, we've saved you the money, and we're returning the report to you. There is no deal that's been struck. That 11% is a complete and total reflection of your contract with the carrier or whoever we're auditing for or against, and you are able to know everything that's going on. So that's not actually the case whenever you're dealing with 3PL, 4PL, if we're not auditing for them and fully integrated into your system and auditing that system. You actually don't know if they do any type of auditing, or at least they tell you they do, if the information coming back is actually accurate. And unless you have an independent audit report, you can't know that. So here's another example, same thing, 253,000 invoices, got 16,000 corrections, 15.8% over the same time period. So how do we do that? Look at some of our other videos to get into the detail of how we work. But essentially, we have world-class auditors and data entry, as well as AI matching. So this is all going to go into reports. We're getting key, data points on every single one of these invoices we get in, imaged in, however we get them. We're going to get all the information off of it and return it into reports for you, which we'll show you in a minute. Go ahead and pause that and look at this. I've already hit on a lot of these points, and they're covered in detail in some of our other videos. And you can always set up a meeting with us if you're serious about looking into this. We found companies with approximately $1 billion in revenue are kind of like the starting point of there might not be a solution in place. Anything that and lower, I know it's hard to believe, but there's actually companies that are making that kind of revenue that aren't even auditing. So that means they're just paying their contracts, and they're not auditing, or they're trying to do it in-house, and they are missing these type of savings right here. So let's say you don't have a solution, or you think you're saving money by staying in-house and just having someone that doesn't have any contract knowledge. What are they going to do whenever they see this live example right here? They're going to look at that and they're not going to have any clue. Even with an incredible amount of industry knowledge, how can you possibly process 200,000 of these in 1 year. It has to be done. So on that $200,000 or that 670,000 invoice model that we just looked at was something like $22 million in savings. So yeah, we charged that company, you know, maybe 300 grand or something like that, or 400 grand on the contract because of the number of bills, but we saved them 22 million. If you're keeping this in-house, you got the same 22 million of freight savings opportunity. You find $2 million because you saved 300,000 by not having someone look at it. You've lost you know, $19.7 million from that one decision. And this is how simple the errors are. This is a live example. They were billed and it was a very egregious error. And you know, this happens every day. And so we got it before you did, and you can see the savings there. So here's an example of actually the data points that we pulled and then how we've returned them into some reports. And once again, these are fully customizable. So you decide how you want the information returned to you. Once again, you can look at our other videos and see kind of how we've done it. But the short answer is our president has created the most highly technical and advanced system in the world in our industry. And our programming and systems are highly proprietary, and we're able to do things that other people aren't. And that's what differentiates us, as well as being relationships driven and understanding that people are people, and you want to be able to communicate with someone. And if you need something, we're actually going to deliver for you, and we're going to set up an action team and get that information to you, opposed to just treating you like a number. We're also not going to let people know about who our clients are. And if you have a service provider right now that's going around and using you and telling people, you know, you're their client, that's not how you do big business. Big business is done through a relationship, and I wouldn't trust anyone who acts like that. So here's some of the ways that we get the files, and I think I'm going to end it there. So if you have any questions, just reach out to us, and we're happy to set some time up. Our history is in manufacturing, primarily, and distributing. So those are the clients that we work primarily with, as well as pretty much anyone that is maintaining a large freight spend that needs to have that looked at. So long story short, whole big presentation. How do I close it up in a couple seconds? If you got $100 million a year freight spend, contact us. Based on last year alone, that's $14.71 million that you would save. And off of $100 million freight spend, you know, you might have $1 million bills or something like that. So yeah, we might charge you 800 grand or 700 grand or something like that for our services. But you've just saved $14 million basically, opposed to going to one of our competitors. Your net would be 14, and going to one of our competitors, your net might be 10 or 5, you know, and you're paying them more. So at the end of the day, if you're serious and you want to be with an elite solution, reach out to us, and we're happy to talk to you. And best wishes to you and your business. Thank you for your time.